Artificial intelligence is completely changing the game for how we create things. And this isn't some far off futuristic idea anymore. It's here, right now. It's a powerful set of tools that's turning ideas into reality faster than we've ever seen before. So let's dive in.
And let's just start with a question that gets right to the point. What if I told you that you, right now, with tools that are mostly free, could earn $100 an hour just by knowing what to type into a chat box? The answer might actually surprise you. Because what's happening is that this new wave of AI isn't just for tech geniuses or giant companies anymore. These are tools anyone can use to write, to design, even to produce video. And listen, this isn't about replacing human creativity. Think of it more like getting an amazing creative co-pilot.
Okay, so let's get practical. How do you actually make money with all this? We're going to start with a really specific, step-by-step strategy that people are using as we speak to get their first real foothold in this new AI economy. All right, here's the game plan, and honestly, it's pretty brilliant in its simplicity. First, you just find a product on Amazon. Second, you use a tool like ChatGPT to write really professional, top-notch product descriptions, the bullet points. Then third, you turn around and sell that as a service on a freelance website like Fiverr. You basically become the secret weapon for sellers who need their products to pop. So you might be wondering, why on earth would someone pay for that? Well, this quote from a real e-commerce seller says it all. For someone running an Amazon business, a few lines of well-written text isn't just fluff, it can literally boost sales by tens of thousands of dollars. When you think about it that way, paying you $100 for your work suddenly seems like an absolute steal. And if you're gonna do this, here's how you really stand out from the crowd on a platform like Fiverr. First, don't try to be the cheapest. Price yourself higher and act like the premium option you are. Second, make a really eye-catching thumbnail, maybe something that shows a before and after graph. Here's a pro tip. Offer a free competitor analysis as a bonus, which, by the way, the AI can do for you in seconds. And finally, build a little portfolio with a few examples. It makes you look like a pro from day one. Okay, so that's one gig. A pretty cool one, right? But it's really just the tip of the iceberg. Let's zoom out and look at the whole ecosystem of tools that makes this, and a whole lot more, possible. This is your new creative toolbox. First up, you've got the AI writers. We've talked about ChatGPT, but there are others, like Jasper, which is kind of tailor-made for marketers. These tools are the foundation. You feed them a simple idea, a prompt, and boom, they can generate a blog post, a script, or ad copy. Next up, AI visuals. And oh man, this is where things get really fun. You've got platforms like Canva's Magic Studio doing just incredible things. You can type a sentence and generate a brand new image. You can magically zap the background out of a photo, or even create short video clips. It is literally like having a full-blown design studio right at your fingertips. And then there's AI audio. This is a huge one. Services like 11 Labs can take any script you've written and turn it into an incredibly realistic, human-sounding voiceover. For anyone out there who wants to create content but maybe doesn't want to be on camera or doesn't even like the sound of their own voice, this is an absolute game changer. Now take a close look at this, because there's a really critical detail here for anyone who's serious about this stuff. See the pricing for 11 Labs? The free plan is great to play around with, but that starter plan for just $5 a month gives you the most important thing, commercial rights. That is the key. That's what legally allows you to make money from the content you create. It is literally the difference between a hobby and a business. So we've seen a specific gig and we've seen the tools that make it happen. Now let's pull the camera back even further, because this isn't just some niche trick a few people know about. We're talking about a massive global trend. A recent report on AI and content creation shows just how big this whole thing has become. Just let this number sink in for a second. Over 80%. That is not a small group of early adopters. That is a fundamental, ground-level shift in how creative work gets done today. The vast majority of creators are already using these tools. And it's not just for small tasks either. Get this, nearly 40% of creators are using AI for the entire process, from the very first spark of an idea, to writing the script, to generating the visuals, all the way to the final delivery. AI is becoming fully integrated into the workflow. I love this quote because it perfectly captures the new mindset. People are starting to see AI as less of a simple shortcut and more of a studio partner.
It's a tool that helps them make more stuff, explore more ideas, and avoid the creative burnout that we all know is so real, all without sacrificing quality.
So where is all this AI-powered creativity being focused? Well, this chart makes it crystal clear. Text, design, audio, they're all pretty significant. But video is the undisputed king here. Over half of all creators are focusing their AI efforts on video. And honestly, that makes perfect sense because video is often the most complex and time-consuming thing to create from scratch. Okay, so how do we put all these pieces together? How do you go from that single freelance gig to building a whole scalable business? Well, you can combine these tools and trends to create what people are calling an automated content machine. And the most popular example of this is the rise of faceless YouTube channels. Now, have a look at this table. It shows some of the most popular niches for this kind of content. And that RPM column is really important. It stands for revenue per mil, which is just a fancy way of saying how much money you earn for every 1,000 views. And as you can see, a finance channel could earn more than double what a history channel earns, just because advertisers are willing to pay a lot more to reach that specific audience. So how do you pick your niche? Well, it's a bit of a strategic balancing act. You want a topic with good RPM potential, for sure. But, and this is super important, you also need to choose something where you can actually check if the AI script is accurate. You don't want it making stuff up. Often, the smartest move is to find a smaller, underserved angle on a big topic. For beginners, the data suggests that history or tech review channels seem to offer the best balance of earning potential and manageable content right now. Okay, so with all this incredible power right at our fingertips, what does it all really mean for us, for you and me? What are the real upsides, and what are the biggest things people are worried about? This slide breaks it down perfectly. On the benefits side, the number one thing, not surprisingly, is saving time and speeding everything up. But it's also about sparking new ideas and easily turning one piece of content into many different formats. On the flip side, the biggest worries are about cost and, is the quality actually good enough? People want to make sure the end result feels real and not robotic. So if you boil it all down, it really comes to this. AI is playing two totally different but equally important roles at the same time. For the seasoned pros who already have their skills, AI is an accelerator. It's like pouring gasoline on the fire. But for new creators just starting out, AI is an equalizer. It completely levels the playing field, giving them access to tools that used to cost a fortune or require a whole team. And that leaves us with one final really fascinating question to think about. As this technology gets woven deeper and deeper into our creative lives, what's going to be the most valuable human skill? Is it going to be getting really, really good at talking to the machine? Learning to write the perfect prompts to get exactly what you want? Or is the most valuable skill the one it's always been? The uniquely human vision, the taste and the storytelling ability that guides the whole process from the start. It's definitely something to think about.